Folks, and welcome back. Today, we're on episode 11 of Unleashing Infinite Possibilities podcast. And before we dive into today's topic, as always, I invite you to get curious about yourself, your life, and the world that we currently live in. Because it's that curiosity, it's that level of questioning, it's that level of choosing to think differently about something that will ultimately change your results, change your life, change the things that you're looking to achieve. So this week's podcast, we are talking about manifestation. What is the truth about manifestation? And this is something I hear a lot from people. I get a lot of messages on social media from people saying, does this really work? Does how to manifest actually create things? Is this an actual thing? I've tried it so many times and it just doesn't seem to land. Or I've got things, but it's been more about luck than inconsistency or than anything else. So this is what I want to talk about today. And so when you think about manifestation simply means to make something real in your world. It means to create something, intentionally decide, design it through your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, your beliefs to equal the results that you want. That's all it is. So if you think about creating goals, or you think about if you're going to build a house, that's a great example, because when you build a house, you're designing from the foundations up. You're getting in the strong foundations. You're putting in your steel. You're putting in your concrete. You're putting in whatever, so that your blocks or your frame or whatever it is that you're going to use and layer on top to get that beautiful result of a strong, healthy home, that everything flows and that it works. One works on top of the other. It's a layering to give you that strong foundation and the desired results. This is the same about yourself. And when it comes to manifestation, I always get people to start with your current results. Look at where you're currently at in your current results. That's your relationship with yourself, with others, your health, your wealth, and whatever business or career you're in. They are the core kind of foundations when you're looking holistically at your human life here in this world. Everything starts with your relationship with yourself. This is my belief. This is where I perceive the strengths to be. Your relationship with you is what everything comes down to. It's where your thoughts are coming from, where your feelings are triggered from. It's where you take your action from. It's where your beliefs lie. It's where your results lie, and where you either choose to elevate or not elevate them. So I want you to think about your current results. What are you currently getting? And then think, do you ever feel like you're in Groundhog Day, like you're just going round and round in the motions, and then you end up back at the same results? Like if you're reflecting on your year, how things have been. We celebrated the birthdays, we celebrated the festivities, we celebrated landmarks, we celebrated whatever, but what was different in your year? Did you do the same holiday? Did you slightly change it but in the same budget? Did you have the same experiences with family and friends, similar in your relationships, similar with the kids? They're just layering up into another year older, into whatever. Do you see where we're going with this? When you have current results, they will usually then dictate the idea or the thought that you then continue to think. So for somebody that doesn't manifest or believe in manifestation, or that's just not aware of this process, but you feel like you're frustrated and stuck in Groundhog Day, it usually goes in a loop of current results. Okay, so my thinking is going to just stay the same. And a great example of this is if you earn 100K a year. That's such a good example, because people can always relate to money and they can always visualize the year that they're in. If you earn 100K a year and that is your base point, then your result is 100K a year. So usually then your thinking will end up being 100K a year thinking, whether that's your career, whether that's your business. The feeling attached to that will be something like, oh, I know I can get 100K. It's easy. I've done it before. The action along with that, you'll continue in the same action to generate the same results. The belief around that is, yes, I've done it before. I'm continuing to do it every year and I'll stay in this momentum. Same beliefs continues to the same results. This is the Groundhog Day circuit. This is the results to the thought, to the feeling, to the action, to the belief, back to the same results. When you're talking about manifestation and making something real, you're talking about usually you desire something more expansive, something and more elevated experience that you're not currently experiencing in your life. So this is what usually happens. Look at your current results, earning 100K a year. But no, I choose to earn 150K a year now because that's my thought. That's my desire because it would make paying the bills easier. It would let us have more experiences. It would pay off a car payment. We have all the reasons of why. But if your initial current result is 100K and you're thinking then you want to move it to 150K, then mostly we will kind of think, oh, that's 50K more. Here's what happens. Here's what happens with the ego and the self-sabotage and the subconscious. When we say, right, I'm done with this, I'm making 150K, this is that if other people can do it, so can I. We try and change the thought, but then the ego and the subconscious jump in and hijack us and say, oh, who do you think you are? Get out of here. You're trying to move out of your comfort zone. How dare you? Because I love my comfort zone. I love staying in the ease and flow of this path. This is what you've chose for years, so don't dare break out of it. But the higher you, the infinite possibilities you, that is phenomenal, that can create and choose whatever you want. When you begin to learn about your mind, when you begin to understand what manifestation is, the tools and processes, the mechanics of your body and mind, the experience and desire of your soul, when you understand how to operate in this flow, to actually learn the foundations to manifest, then things become easier. So you have your ego hijacking you, saying, who do you think you are doing that? And it keeps pulling you back into your comfort zone. So when you get these new thoughts or ideas, your ego will say, no, get you back into your corner, get you back into your place. This isn't for you. You'll have a feeling then that maybe you'll be excited, maybe you'll be enthused, and then maybe your ego will pull you back and say, just stay there. This is a familiar feeling. This is what you know. This is what you're meant for. This isn't for you. It's not for you to earn 150K. That's for other people. You're good where you are. And in your story and your narrative sits in that. So the action you take is little action or no action, or you sit on the fence and procrastinate. Do you see the pattern that's happening in your life? This is the human for all of us. These are the experiences we all go through, me included for so many times. This is what I want you to understand. When you're sitting in that kind of an action, you do an action, it doesn't matter. You allow the beliefs then, the noise to come in, the inner critic, oh, I'm not good enough for that, or I can't do that, or I'd be too embarrassed to say that. What if they say no? What if I ask for a pay raise? Or what if I change jobs? They're not going to pay me the money that I'm looking for. Then we have all these excuses and we end up back in the same Groundhog Day, in the same results. So I want you to think about that. Do you see the process here that happens? And now let's sit in the difference. When you understand that you're a spiritual being having a human experience in this beautiful body bag of bones, that is a mechanism for movement, to move that energy, that creative substance to and through you, to connect it with what your soul, those inspired ideas that are coming to and through you. When you learn how your mind operates, how it has the power in the conscious mind to either accept or reject an idea. When you're able to identify the subconscious patterns, those old beliefs, those old dominant story loops that you've just been having on replay in the background, you haven't been paying attention to, but they're just on replay. But they're the trigger points for whether you do something or don't, or whether you sit in this happened to me in the past, I'm too afraid, or I can't let it go, or fear about the future. When you understand about you, when you understand the process of manifesting, and you understand the mechanics of your body and mind, and you correlate and connect that to your soul, to those incredible infinite ideas that are coming to and through you. Not everybody has the same ideas because we are all unique. We all desire different things. The good life is different for every one of us. The idea of success is different for every one of us. So when you're talking about manifesting, why it works or doesn't work, it's because we're stuck in the ego. We're stuck in the root of not understanding how we operate, which leads to more frustration, more stress, more irritation, more old, outdated beliefs of this just doesn't work for me or it's just not for me. The truth about manifestation, it is for absolutely everyone. Everyone in this universe can manifest. We all have this ability. There is nothing big, nothing small. Everything is in relation to our view, my view of the world, your view of the world, my view of money, your view of money, my view of myself, your view of yourself, of our capabilities, of the possibilities, of how our world can actually be. We all view this world through a different lens, and this is where the understanding comes in. This is where really understanding how you operate, understanding how to manifest the basics, understanding these principles will help set you free. It will help you to create your own evidence of it actually working. We're manifesting all the time. We are tuned in all the time. But a lot of those times we are manifesting things that we absolutely do not want, and it's wrecking our head. And we're there scanning and looking, going, why are they doing? Why are they doing? How are they doing so good? And why? And it's exhausting. The reason why is because we don't know what we don't yet know. And this is why you're listening to this podcast right now, because I am sharing with you something that you may not know or understand fully. You have the power to manifest. You're manifesting all the time. If you go in and look at your results, at the thoughts behind it, at the feelings in that are triggered, at the actions that you've either taken or not taken, at the beliefs that have been attached to that, to either look at times when you've created new results and you've been buzzed out by it, or times when you have stayed in the same results for far too long. There's never any judgment here. It is always remaining neutral. But I want you to look at the circuit, listen to this podcast multiple times. It is so empowering, so powerful. When you learn how to step into your greatness, when you understand the truth about manifesting, that it is for absolutely everybody in this world, that we all have the power and tools to do it. That it's you choosing in this moment whether you will learn or whether you will stay in the same Groundhog Day. That is up to you. But I will leave you on this note. My core belief is that our greatest asset is our ability to be ourselves. When you talk about manifesting, when you talk about intentional design and your idea of the good life, what that actually looks like for you, what that actually feels like for you in your world. Go back to the thought process of, what are my current results? What is my current thought pattern? What is my current feelings that are automatically triggered from this? What action am I willing to take or sit on the fence with? What beliefs are triggered or are coming up for me from past events, from experiences that I are literally radiating throughout my body? Because that will end up dictating the continued results that you get or the results that you ultimately change. But the power is in your hands. The choice is in your hands. Your conscious mind is a mechanic. It is a tool that allows you the freedom of choice to either accept a new idea and elevate and change your life or stay the same. It is that simple, folks. I hope this has helped. As always, I'm sending you so much love, so much gratitude. Share this with somebody you know could do with listening to it today and elevating their understanding of it. Reach out if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.